Liebert Cheverton. I got it right this
You got
time?
it right.
Okay. All right. We want to discuss today what does the public need to know about traffic? And traffic is in focus this week because it's very important coming out of the music festival. This is all part of our ongoing education in soliciting the requisite or the necessary cooperation of motorists and as well as pedestrians. And so we want to make sure that you are given all of the information in different formats, in ways to make sure that you are well informed. And because sometimes when we're on the road and we confront drivers for certain breaches, they say, "Oh, I did not know." And so the truth is that ignorance to the law is no excuse, really. But we recognize that as part of our community policing initiative and community engagement, that we have to continue to interact and engage with you, the general public. All right. So just to give a background as to what we want to cover, we are hoping to cover today under the topic. It's important to understand traffic control and the purpose of traffic control. And the main purpose of traffic control or having a proper traffic management plan is to ensure safety and efficiency on the road. Traffic control is vital for maintaining order and safety on roads, particularly in work zones or high traffic areas. A well-executed traffic management plan ensures that road users can navigate safely, reducing the risk of accidents and improving the overall efficiency of different projects that are ongoing in the process. Traffic control is also a critical aspect of road safety and the efficiency, particularly where in areas where you have the movement of heavy equipment vehicles during and even at different public events. And so it is very necessary to make sure that you have that. And when we talk about the traffic, we also include pedestrians and cyclists. That is to ensure that they can navigate and can move about to and from very easily. And what does one has to take into consideration is the volume of traffic, the location at different places, different speed limits that might be necessary, and the road classification in terms of whether one-way or two-way traffic, three-way traffic, as the case may be, how the turnings from the different crossroads and junctions that adjoin other roads, and those are some of the things that must come into play and take into consideration. And also special road users, like as I said, pedestrians and cyclists, and also the differently able motorists on the road. These elements ensure the flow of traffic is managed in a way that it minimizes disruptions, maximize safety. And so around this is what we thought of the topic. What does the public need to know about traffic? What you need to inform yourself of concerning the traffic as motorists. And so, without any further ado, let me bring in the Immaculate Donnelly Liebert in relation to the traffic. So, tell us what do you think that are some of the things that the public needs to know about traffic? Mm-hmm.
Good morning to those persons out there in Radio Land. Welcome to our program again this morning, and we are happy to have you. Now, as Mr. McGuire would have stated about the traffic, traffic in itself, it's a very wide and large topic, and so we would have selected little areas that we think that we can discuss this morning within our half hour, so that we can bring to the general public, so persons are aware. Some persons are already aware, but we just want to continue to to educate the general public as to where we're at. What we need to know about the traffic. You would have mentioned pedestrians.
Yes.
Pedestrians, cyclists, vehicular traffic. Vehicular traffic includes motor cars, buses, taxis, trucks, and we would have spoken about trucks on our radio program yesterday.
Heavy equipment. Vehicles, those trailer trucks.
Right. And all of this is a part of the of trafficking. And so what we are advising the traffic, the persons who are using, road users, to understand is that we are all pedestrian at some point, because we are not always driving. And so our pedestrians are given a small portion of attention. Some persons figure, well, because you're driving a heavy equipment vehicle, you're driving a truck, or you're speeding in a bus, it is okay for you to bypass or overlook a pedestrian.
Right.
And so these are reasons why we have pedestrian crossings. Pedestrian crossings are to be acknowledged, especially those that are situated next to the traffic light.
Right.
And so we're asking the general public, whenever you see whether the lights are working or not, always make sure to maintain the look of you, making sure that the pedestrians are seen.
Right. And what is important too, there is a white line, a safe distance away, which is the stopping distance from the crossing. And it's important that that is observed, because you do not want to have to engage the pedestrian and cause them to apprehend fear. So a safe distance, stopping distance is necessary. That is one of the purpose of the white line, to give you a guide as to how far you should be away from the pedestrian.
And being a pedestrian doesn't mean that it is okay for you to be disrespectful to the motorist.
Right.
Some persons feel like because I'm walking across the street, it's okay for me to just loiter, or for me to just take my time and cross, or they have to wait, or nobody can hit me. You as a pedestrian have a responsibility as well to be mindful of the traffic that is whether in front of you, left of you, right of you, or back of you. You have a responsibility.
Right, and the countdown.
Yes, the countdown at the stoplight.
At the stoplight.
Yes, some persons would think that the countdown is very short, but whether or not the countdown is short or long, you must pay respect to the countdown.
Right. Jiku, we could take a break at this point and then come back and engage the public, because we want your calls. We invite your calls. We probably might know what we think you need to know, but you need to tell us what we need to tell you in terms of your part to play in moving about in the traffic and so on. So we'll take your calls right after the break when we come back.
St. Kitts, are you ready to invest with UTC GBFL?
Wait, UTC GBFL? What is that all about?
It's the UTC Global Balanced Fund Limited, your passport to investing in global markets, stocks, bonds, and opportunities worldwide, all within your reach.
So I can really start investing money?
Yes, and the best part, you can start with just 100 US or EC equivalent. Investing isn't just for the big players, it's for you. too. Whether you are seeking the potential to build wealth, secure your future, or chase your dreams, now is the time. Do it for you. Now, visit utcgbfl.com to get started today. UTC GBFL. Invest for tomorrow. Do it for you. An investor should consider a fund's investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses before investing with the full knowledge that an investor may not get back the amount invested. The price of the units may increase or decrease, or that there may be circumstances where redemption of units may be suspended. This and other important information can be found in the fund's prospectus, which is available on our website, www.utcgbfl.com. The Eastern Caribbean Securities Regulatory Commission has not in any way evaluated the merits of the securities offered.
And we are back, and so we want to thank our sponsors, and also it is your turn now to give us your feedback, and the number to call, GQ?
465-1977.
Right. And so while we await the calls, we will continue the conversation. So the conversation is about what the public need to know about traffic. So continue along
yes,
that line.
one of the things that we need to know, the general public need to know about the traffic is the traffic laws.
Yes.
Traffic laws, traffic regulations, violations, and we have a lot of violators.
Right.
And we are not saying that everybody are violators, but we are saying that some person they're just very, for want of a better word, very disrespectful to the law. Let's take, for example, our traffic signs. We place traffic signs
Like
along
cones
the
and
along
those
the
things.
roadside.
People park between them.
Right, for whatever reason, whether there is an event, or whether Skellig is doing some road work, Cable is doing an operation, and so we put cones or street signs, and persons would deliberately park between the cones or move the cones to suit their purpose. And we're saying that these are you are an offender of the law when you operate like that, because
Yes.
you
We
clearly
have a call. Hello, good morning. You're on Policy with you. Hello?
Yeah, good morning. Good morning to
Yes.
Lee and Maguire.
You sound
I'm
very
happy
low,
you're speaking about
caller.
pedestrian. Hello?
You're sounding very low.
Can
Hello?
you hear me?
Yeah, it's much better now.
Okay,
Yes.
good. Yes, I'm happy you're speaking about pedestrians. When is that area by KFC will be rectified? It's long overdue. Long overdue. And I emphasize the word long because we've been speaking for it for months now. You know, and it's becoming more and more dangerous because there are persons who think that it's a crossing right there by KFC. And is there anything on the books that if a pedestrian cross the road before he or she's supposed to and cause your vehicle to swerve run into other vehicle, that they can be held accountable? Because we have noticed over the years that pedestrians think that they are vehicles, they can go to JNF and sit on the bed. And they walk past whenever they feel like. They take the gentle time, and they will cuss you if you don't stop for them to pass.
Right.
So how are we as drivers protected from pedestrians? I'll continue to listen. And remember, KFC area, please speak about KFC area and give us a time frame when that problem will be rectified. It's already an accident there in terms of vehicle accident, and persons have get knocked down there.
Right.
It needs urgent attention. Thank you.
Right. So, unfortunately, caller, the law always put the responsibility on the driver. And that is why sometimes you have the charge of driving without due care and attention. That means that you should always be alert with your driving. You should always be aware of your surrounding. And so you should be able to, and one of the things that Daniel is going to talk about is driving and being distracted. And so the different things that can distract us from driving. In the event of any accident involving a pedestrian, it will investigate it. There are cases where the pedestrian can be at fault, but in most cases it begins with the driver. We'll take another call. The call's coming furious, so that means it's a good discussion. Hello, you're on Policy with you. Morning.
Good morning. Good morning to you, Sergeant
Yes.
McGuire, and to Officer Liebert, and
Yes,
to the
morning.
well-known and familiar host. Good morning to you all.
Yes.
Officer Liebert, you said something just a while ago, which is quite evident. There are a lot of violators. Yes, all of us, every one of us. Even to the speed, all of us are violators, even to the speed limit. Nobody really drives within the speed limit regulation. However, I supposedly thank you all too for not giving everybody a ticket for speeding beyond the speed limit in certain zones, 20 and 40 miles an hour. And of course, not motorists alone are violators. People who cross the street inappropriately are violators. And that pedestrian crossing that used to be, but still appears to be a crossing because it is visible as it is a crossing by law at KFC. I don't know if you all are making any effort because people don't make any will to do any things. Making will to do things don't allow it to happen. It's making an effort to make things happen. And I would not really speak about it. I would not emphasize it about it like Bucky have just done. But I have always said that the police them does a good job. I speak about it every time whenever you all do things that I'm so happy about and will brag about it. I also speak about the thing that you all don't do that should have been done and could have been done a long time ago.
Right.
But
And we
people
welcome
become
that.
responsible for things that they should do, they should have done. I am calling police officers who work in the Department of Traffic responsible, accountable for not rectifying that crossing there where it used to be at KFC. I'm holding you all responsible for it. And it should be done.
Yes.
I'm just hoping that it is done, like we speak about it, as if should have yesterday been done, and get it done. People have made suggestions to sandblast and dig it up and resurface it, but nothing been done. They put paint over it, it's going to race. Because that paint they put down there, it is not like painting they sell in the hardware store. You all need to get something done about it. And first and foremost, put cameras on these traffic lights because people are running these red lights often. You have a good day. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
Thank you, caller. Thank you for always calling to. Okay.
Okay, we take the call. Yes, hello, good morning. You're on Policy with you. Hello?
Hello, you
Yes.
too. Good morning,
Yes, morning.
Sergeant McGuire.
Yes.
I've been listening to you for quite a while, and I'm an older brother of Jam Down. Jam Down is my brother, and you're very articulate the way you present yourself on the air.
Thank you.
And I predict that soon you're going to be inspector because you're very knowledgeable about the job.
Yes.
And I appreciate listening to you.
And I appreciate your
And
comments as well.
congratulations and good luck to you. This is Sonny Boy. I'm from the islands, but I live in New York for a long time.
Thank you very much, sir.
Enjoy the rest of the show.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you. Darling?
So we want to speak to the caller who would have called before this one, who would have spoken
Yes.
about the pedestrian
The
crossing
pedestrian
at
crossing.
KFC. And persons are concerned, and we've been hearing it over and over. And we are trying our utmost best, Mr. Maguire.
I think several times it has been repeated, but as the caller made a very good point, probably that area need to blast.
But let me tell you what happened is that we've been having conversations with Public Works Department because they are the road personnel, and so in having a conversation with them, they're saying it is very costly because you're going to have to take out that whole area because the painting is not providing the what we are looking for. And so in order for that area to, the whole of the area to get the painting and all of that area done, they have to cut out, pack, resurface.
But interestingly, that is about the only area that is so persistent in terms of things. So I was wondering, I'm wondering what sort of paint was used.
What
because it's not seen anywhere else.
And we've repainted, we've repainted. As a matter of fact, what they would have said to us from the Public Works Department, what they would have sent for some an instrument over in Nevis that Nevis was using for whatever purpose they were using it for. And that was the last of what we would have heard. Not that we are not doing anything about getting it addressed, but it's a difficulty that we are having in getting it addressed. Because we are the traffic personnel, yes, but we are not the road persons. And so we still have to go in accordance to what they are dealing with.
Right.
And so we have to be waiting on them for them to give us the information as to what we are going to do next, what is going to happen, what will happen, and what can happen. And so now that we're realizing that it is becoming a very big issue because persons are still not adhering to using the pedestrian crossing that is next to the traffic light. And so it is a concern. It's not that the traffic department is being negligent in doing what they're supposed to do.
We have another call.
Yes.
Calls coming furious this morning. We lost a call. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, blessed good morning, good program.
Yes.
But do you know those crossings that make people fall down? Because a lot of oil in the paint. And looking at the traffic there at Wellington Road, that the traffic light that they come on whenever they feel like. And Donnelly tell I hope you get a good position because he's in there and I need you to get a good position. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Enjoy your holiday.
All right, thanks. We have another call.
Yes. Hello, good morning. You're on the air.
Yeah, good morning to all the officers. And GQ, good morning. This is Sugar.
Yeah, morning, Sugar.
Yeah. The area up there by there, it's kind of difficult, You look at four running line in there, up there not easy.
You think that it need to be much clearly marked? Because I think you're referring to the turnoff to go across by the supermarket. Am I correct?
Okay.
Yeah, because what happened? You have the center lane. In the event that you're going to cash and carry, and you have the lane that if you intend to turn onto Boardwalk, and then you can take that lane. Similarly, if you intend to go to Ram Supermarket, for example, then there is a wider a further lane that is closest to
Nutsville lane, we call it.
Right, that is closer to TDC. That's the lane you should be taking if you intend to go towards Central Bank, for example, or Ram Supermarket. Yeah, so perhaps it need to be more clearly marked, and perhaps maybe we can, because one of the things to improve the signage, we can probably have some what they call them, some boards with the different direction. I think somebody was suggesting that you should have these indication say that this lane take you towards what area are. Like you go into a roundabout, Chadwell, for example, you should have that indication saying this lane, Chadwell, and you have the arrow pointing, and so on. So maybe that is something that can be considered for future in terms of improving the direction by way of signage.
And signage is one thing, if you want to be honest with ourselves, when it comes to the traffic department, that we are very lacking in.
Yeah.
But signage is also very expensive.
Yeah, that is true.
It is very costly.
But if we are developing, I know we are moving because we have music festival bringing in thousands of visitors, and in most cases, these international visitors, they rely a lot because where they're from, that is their lifestyle. And so in the tropical, where the roads are narrow, sometimes the signage can help, especially if you're first-time visitors. So it's important to take into consideration persons who might not have be too familiar with the geography, and the different areas, because these people, what I realize, in developed countries, they use a lot of GPS, and they rely on maps and so on. And so if they want to get to point A or point B, while they have the map, they may not, in terms of the traffic, they might not have the proper directions. So that can be something for future consideration.
I think it's time that the government make a special budget for trafficking when it comes to signage. And see, someone spoke a while ago about having the cameras and the traffic lights, and that is something that they are working on, and that again is at a cost. And we are very much aware of how negligent the road users are when it comes to running the red light. Persons deliberately run the red light. The light is on yellow, and they think that is a chance for them to run the red light. And one of the problems that we are facing when it comes to accidents at these stoplights is because persons are running the red light and they're not waiting, and that is one of the problems that we're having.
Right.
Before you continue, and we do have a call coming in.
We have any question on the wall, GQ?
No, but someone has raised a concern. A young lady with special needs at the Hartsford showcase there on Wellington Road seems to look lost, and she's wearing a purple top and a dark blue skirt. I don't know if you can call someone from the traffic department or the police to assist you in locating that young lady and see if you can help. They say she looks lost, right?
Okay.
And she seems to be a young lady with special needs. She's wearing a purple top and a dark blue skirt.
Okay.
Do you want me to take a break so you can make a quick call?
Yes.
All right. So we'll do that, and then we'll be right back.
Tell me what you think about Marcus. Tell me what you think about Christ. Made their sacrifice now. Tell me what you think about equal rights for all, everywhere. Say what you think, what you think, what you think, what you think about justice. What you know, what you know, what you know, what you know about love. Why all the segregation, all are but one nation. Oh, let us unite as one. Let us unite as one. Tell me what you know about love. Tell me what you know about hate that keeps us separated. Tell me what you think about equal rights for all, in every way. Say what you think, what you think, what you think, what you think about justice. What you know, what you know, what you know, what you know about love. Why all the segregation? We all are but one nation. Oh, let us unite as one. Let us unite as one. Oh Lord, so many can testify. Oh Lord, but you still can't satisfy. You keep on praying. You wish that day would come when there'll be equal rights and justice for every man.
All right, guys, thank you for your patience. We have reached out to the authorities to assist in helping that young lady there by the showcase, by the Hartsford showcase there on Wellington Road. We have a phone call coming in. Good. We lost that call. You can always call back, 465-1977. That's 465-1977. Good morning, you're live.
Good morning, GQ. Well, and Mr. Greer. Is it Greer or
Maguire?
Yes. Good morning. Wonderful program.
Thank you.
And I like that. That what you just paused for. I like that. That's a concerned citizen, and I like those types of things. My three little highlights are speed bumps in villages are not allowed, right? I don't think. I live up here. Speed bumps. And because I really like some in Keys, if they are. And that's stoplight by where we call, what used to be bouncer shop there in that area. To me, that is always out of commission. It's always not working. And I think, the roundabouts are well lit. I think they need more lights at the roundabouts. So speed bumps in villages, I would like some in Keys if they can be done. The lights at the roundabout, and the one by bouncer is always out of commission. Listen off here. Have a great day, guys.
Thank you so much. Very good questions. And the unfortunately, from my knowledge, that for highway, and this is just a principle standard, I don't think it's a law, but you generally do not use speed bump on major roads in relation to the Island Main Road in particularly. However, in villages, if I understand your question, that that can be done because it's residential and the children and so forth. So if there is a challenge arise in relation to a safety issue, then that happens. But generally on the public highway, the main road, is a print. I don't think it's maybe a policy or whatever. I'm not sure. I can research and always give the information as to why it's usually that way. But that has been more or less the international standard, that you don't have the speed bump on the main roads. It's not that it cannot happen, but it's a general practice that it doesn't. There was the roundabout being properly lit. We note your concern, and so we ourselves, there are several, there are a lot of areas that we think can be more properly lighted. Because what happened is because of the lights, they are LED lights, and so because most of them they are LED in terms of the solar, you don't get the well lit. I've seen there are areas where the poles, they are not, where the light is not directly over the road, so that lends to some of the dullness. But these are things from an engineering standpoint that can be rectified in terms of improvement. We have callers on the line? Yes. Hello? We lost that call. I'm so sorry. I probably talked too much. Let's take all the calls. Let's take all the calls. Hello, good morning. You had police with you.
Yes, good morning. Go ahead.
Hello, good morning.
Well, let's try the next one.
Okay. Wow. Yes, hello,
good morning.
Yes.
There at Newton by the health center, what a big thing there in the road where they dig up. A big thing in the road, nearly in the middle of the road. I don't know why it is if I think what I'm talking about. But why the health center going up there in Newton?
Right.
And the cycle man, then you all need to summons them with no helmet and riding between other vehicles when they can't pass.
Right.
So, thank you.
Yes, it seems as though that this topic will have to continue into series, because some of the things that we have here to talk about, there's so many things to talk about, and that is one of it. We have a call, right? Yes. So we're trying to take all the calls because our time is drawing close. So we'll take all the calls. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. You have police here with you.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, good morning. We are hearing you. Just go ahead.
Yes, thanks for taking the call. There's a terrible feedback though.
Yeah, you're
My
breaking up
radio.
too. There is a delay in your yeah, I don't know if it's from your end.
I'm nowhere close to my radio.
Okay, just go ahead. Just we will try as much
There's
as
a lot of
possible.
concern, but one of the major concerns I have, the road in Birdrock, that's in the area of KFC, Rams, etc., etc. Could you explain to me what that left lane when you're coming from Birdrock to go to, let's say, take a left by Best Buy? Could you tell me what that left lane is for? One. And two, when you're going up and someone is coming down just at KFC's entrance, both vehicles are facing head on. Is at the last minute, one of the vehicles would have to take a left or one would take a right. I think the road they need sloping rather than just a sharp turn to change lane. Because coming up and coming down, they're actually head on. Until the last minute, you have to make a quick diversion to get off of the vehicle facing you. But could you also explain to me what the left lane is for in going on? Because at times, I'm in the stoplight and cars behind me come down, take a left and go down. Thank you very much for now.
Right. Thank you for your contribution. Very important concerns expressed. If I understand clearly, and then Ali can pitch in. Let's take the one going up to KFC and you coming down from Birdrock. And you are correct. It's something we may have to look at, because I myself find that drivers are not navigating it correctly. The further left lane that will take you into KFC, that lane was put in specifically for the diversion into KFC. So really and truly, if you intended to go to KFC, you should not be on that outer lane in terms of that will take you straight to Birdrock. You should really keep on that lane at all times. But I have observed myself that motorists tends to keep on the outer lane and then turn in. And I understand what you're saying. If the person continue to drive in the opposite direction, you're coming towards the person, it almost looks as though both vehicles are going to run into each other. But really and truly, it should not happen. So maybe something that has to be relooked. And the sloping that you, I'm not sure if the sloping might be a suitable solution, but it can be looked at. In relation to the left lane, really and truly, that left lane, I think it's really, it is just like an extra space, if I am to, because if you notice, like a shoulder, right? But some people, when they want to beat the stoplight, they use it, but really and truly, it was not intended for that. That was like a pull-off. Once you're coming down to Birdrock and you intend to go down to Paul Southwell Industrial Site, for example, there is the 3 lane. If you're going straight to Central Bank, you stay in the center. If you intend to turn into Cash and Carry, for example, once there is an oncoming traffic at the end, then you can turn into traffic Cash and Carry. But that left lane, if I understand you correctly, is really like a shoulder, as JQ said. It really was intended for any traffic at all.
We have 2 more calls, and then we're going to start wrapping up. We
Yes.
have our National Assembly
That's
address
right.
coming up in just a
Yes.
bit.
Okay, so we'll
Good
take
morning.
this.
You're live.
Hello, Juklu.
Yeah, yes, Sonny boy. Good morning.
Yes.
Can you hear me? I'm calling. I'm calling back. I'm having poor reception. I'm overseas and I could barely get through. So I don't know if you can hear me talking to you.
We are hearing you clearly, so you can just continue to speak.
Okay, Sergeant Maguire, I've been listening to you for quite a while. And you're very articulate and you're very informed about the information you give out.
Yes.
And I predict pretty soon you're going to be inspector. Just keep up the good work and I'll continue listening to the show.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Yes.
Someone we have another call. Okay, we had a caller who would have spoken about a boulder, something up at the Newtown Health Center.
Right.
Remember there were some roadworks in that area. Public Works are doing some. So I am not certain if the work is continuing, if there is a break, or if they would have left something that we are not aware of. So, Mr. Maguire, that's something that we have to go and have a look at.
We could check it out,
Yes.
and we always encourage, especially Public Works and other, like Water Department, whenever that work is conducted, that they ensure that the necessary safety is put in place,
signage
and so on, to ensure that we don't have any incidents. I think at this point, unless we have any call, GQ, that we have one call, so this will be two calls. This will be our final calls, so we'll take them quickly before we wrap up, GQ. Hello, good morning.
Greetings.
Yes, greetings.
Okay, thanks for taking our call. Okay, it's on the issue of helmet.
Yes.
I want to repeat it. Helmet ought to be a personal choice. Compulsion. Ought to be a personal choice for someone. Meaning that they're riding the bike in certain ways, and they need to be safe. Helmet. Not no compulsory thing, no about the law. And I want to say it, and I want to say it with the second time. I think it's the third time I'm saying this. We are anticipating of committing crimes. With their head covered down with them thing I call helmet. And you all need to consider that. I mean, we said it before, people can kill themselves with alcohol and there's no protection. Once you have money, you can just walk in and warm up and drink from till the dead. Who's protecting that person or those persons? Yeah, just like that, it should be a personal choice to wear a helmet and not to wear a helmet. Thank you very much.
Yes, we take the other call, GQ? Yes.
We lost that call, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. Well, just to say to the caller, I don't agree. Laws are put in place to regulate certain behaviors, and those behaviors can be impacted or affected, whether it is for your own safety or the safety of others. That is generally why you will have regulation. So laws are put in place to address the mischief or the issue that may create a problem for the person or others. And so the helmet issue should not be a personal choice, because the next thing you might say, caller, is that it should be a personal choice if I obey the law and I do not obey the law. But all citizens, there is a civic responsibility that we should be law-abiding citizens. And so I will use, unless Donnelly have any final thought, I will use that as my wrap-up and say a special thank you for all those who called and who would have contributed. We will continue to have this discussion and engage you, the public, and we really elated by the contributions that were made, the suggestions and so on. And do have a good day until next week we come back again for another session of policing with you. You have something?
No.
Okay. Have a good day, everybody.
Why, yo, 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 yo. about Christ, who made their sacrifice. Now, tell me what to think about equal rights.